Have you ever left an interview thinking, I knew the answer, but I didn't explain it well? That's not a language problem, and it's not a lack of experience. It's a structure problem. Today, we're going to fix that. In this lesson, you'll learn the exact framework recruiters expect when they ask behavioral questions and how to answer even the most difficult interview questions with confidence and clarity. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to turn any past experience into a strong professional answer, stay calm under pressure, sound structured, confident, and hireable. This is one of the most important lessons in the entire course. Let's start with the basics. What are behavioral questions? Behavioral questions are questions about real situations from your past. They usually start with phrases like, tell me about a time when, give me an example of, describe a situation where. Recruiters use these questions because past behavior is the best predictor of future performance. They're not interested in theory. They want real examples, and this is exactly where most candidates panic. They know what they did, but they don't know how to explain it clearly. That's where the STAR method comes in. STAR is a simple structure that helps you organize your answer. It stands for S, situation. Set the context. Where were you? What was happening? T, task. What was your responsibility? What problem did you need to solve? A, action. What you did. This is the most important part. Focus on your decisions, skills, and behavior. R, result. What happened in the end? A positive outcome, a lesson learned, or measurable results. Recruiters expect this structure, even if they don't say it explicitly. Let's look at a strong example. Tell me about a time you handled a difficult situation at work. In my previous role, our team faced a sudden deadline change that put a lot of pressure on everyone. I was responsible for coordinating tasks and ensuring we still delivered on time. I reorganized priorities, communicated clearly with the team, and focused on the most critical deliverables first. As a result, we met the deadline successfully, and the project received positive feedback from management. Clear, structured, professional. That's exactly what recruiters want to hear. You will hear at least one of these in almost every interview. Tell me about a failure. Never say, I've never failed. That sounds unrealistic. Instead, show growth. Earlier in my career, I underestimated how long a task would take. I was responsible for delivering a report within a tight deadline. I realized my mistake early, communicated openly with my manager, and adjusted my planning process for future projects. Since then, I've consistently delivered work on time and improved my time management skills. Honest, professional, mature. Now, let's talk about something most courses ignore. What if the situation didn't end well? Here's the truth. The STAR method does not require a perfect ending. It requires accountability and learning. Tell me about a time when something didn't go as planned. Previous role, I was responsible for coordinating a project with a very tight deadline. My task was to align multiple stakeholders and ensure timely delivery. Despite careful planning, an external dependency caused delays. I communicated the issue early and proposed alternative solutions to reduce the impact. Although the project was delivered later than expected, the experience taught me the importance of risk planning and proactive communication. Since then, I always include contingency plans in my projects. The ending isn't perfect, but the answer is strong. Why? Because the focus is on how you reacted and what you learned. When the result is negative, the R can mean result or reflection. Tell me about a conflict at work. Recruiters are testing emotional intelligence, not drama. I once worked with a colleague who had a very different communication style. Our roles required close collaboration, so I scheduled a one-on-one conversation to clarify expectations. Through that discussion, I realized that while I preferred quick emails, my colleague valued face-to-face updates. I adapted my style to meet their needs. As a result, our teamwork became more efficient and professional, calm, respectful, solution-focused, adaptable. What is your biggest weakness? This is not a trap if you answer it correctly. In the past, I sometimes focused too much on the finer details. I've since adopted a more big picture approach and used time boxing to deliver high quality work without compromising deadlines. Balanced, honest, mature. Avoid these mistakes at all costs. Speaking too long without structure. If you talk for more than 2 minutes, you'll lose their attention. Stick to STAR. Focusing only on the problem, spend 20% on the situation and 80% on your action and the result. The we trap, saying we instead of I. Recruiters hire you, not your team. Even in a group effort, use I to describe your specific contribution and decisions. Forgetting the result or lesson, an answer without a result is like a story without an ending. Remember, clarity beats complexity every time. Be specific, be concise, and focus on your impact. Now it's your turn. Choose one of these questions. Tell me about a challenge you overcame. Tell me about a failure. Tell me about a conflict at work. Write your answer using STAR, 2 to 3 sentences per section. Keep it clear and concise. Practice saying it out loud. When your answers are structured, your confidence becomes natural and recruiters can hear it.